All right, we're going to get started on the meeting, and then if you have more
Okay.
questions, you can talk about those at the end.
Okay.
All right, and you can find the slides in our shared drive under department Zoom meetings, and I have it divided by months. All right, so today we're going to talk about receiving, 905s, teams, big art day, flex, the art exhibit guide, art exhibit slides, your glass pieces, VSA and dream makers, and then resigning or retiring. All right, receiving. At this point, everyone probably has their stuff. So if you have not filled out your receiving, please do so. Please don't make Jody have to email you over and over again to get you to do this. We want to continue to maintain good relationship with our vendors, and they don't get paid until we do that receiving. So please take care of that as soon as possible. 905s, those are the forms we use before we go on a field trip or do professional development while we're missing school. And we need to make sure those are turned into us at least 2 weeks in advance, or we're not going to be able to process it. Art teachers are not the reason why they're enforcing this more. I think our music people friends are the ones that were kind of doing it late, but nonetheless, we need them at least 2 weeks in advance. All right, teams, no changes to your event. It's always been virtual, but you have until the 23rd of March to add submission spots. So after that date, you won't be able to add more spots, but you can actually change which student is filling it out if you need to. And then your edit deadline is April 11th at midnight. So that means you can edit which student it is, their work, their questions, that sort of, or which student it is. And then the students have until the 18th at midnight to get all their works and their pieces and put into the system. And then on the 23rd is when they do that judging, and the students don't participate in anything in that, but that's when the results will come out. Or did they do the results that day, or is that just when it's
it'll probably be the next day.
okay?
How do we submit on team?
Okay,
Oh,
Wendy
boy.
will get back with you on that one, but it's through the TIEA website. So on the 24th of March, you are going to need to get us your invoices. The easiest way to do that is where it says print invoice, and you will save it as a PDF and then send that on to Jody so she can get them paid. All right, Big Art Day, that is March 3rd. It's coming up pretty soon. The event that you do does not have to be on this exact date. So say you're having an art show at your campus or some other type of event or something during lunch or at recess. It doesn't actually have to be on the 23rd. We do need to get those registered though, and you sign up on the TIEA website. There is a link there. And you're gonna put your information about that in our shared drive. That's it. All right, so if you're in our shared drive under visual arts, you're gonna go to District of Distinction, and it says Big Art Day. You'll put a folder with your name on it. And for example, Sherry, she has a little flyer for hers. This isn't necessary, but they're doing like a chalk party after school, hosted by the art club. And they're gonna do words of encouragement and music and play with bubbles. And they're gonna do this around the campus. You'll also in here, need to put the email confirmation you get back from them when you register and some pictures, maybe a description of what you've done. All right, Flex. The instructions on how to record that is in ArtBeat. It's in the art handbook, but I also put it in here for you so that you know how to get those, how to get your credit put into Strive. Let's see if I can go back there. So when you're in your shared drive and you go to Flex, You're gonna put your so if it's Art of Ed, you're gonna put your folders in the completed Art of Ed certificates. And if you're doing outside district, it's gonna go in there. So a folder with your name on it. You need to put those certificates in this shared drive, one of those folders, because if you just have it attached to your drive somewhere, I don't have access to it, and it'll tell me that my access is denied. So I won't be able to see their certificate. So this is the outside of district, no, not Art of Ed. People are putting their certificate here. After I look at that, then I put in the date that I've entered it into Strive. So it should show up on your portfolio. So if you come in, if you're missing something and you come on here and it said that I already did it, let me know. I've messed it up somehow and it needs to be corrected. And with Art of Ed, I actually am giving custom credit for everyone who's doing that. And so I'm sure there's going to be some mistakes because they only give me this like little tiny box to see that I have to like scroll down to put in the different categories. So check in your portfolio on Strive to make sure you have everything. And remember that deadline is April 15th to have everything done, and they will dock your pay if you don't have those 30 hours. Some principals are allowing you to use Art of Ed. I will just need to know which courses I have to put in as Campus Flex and get their like confirmation through email that that's what they want me to do. All right, the art exhibit guide, I linked this here. It's also taken right from the art handbook, and Ashley emailed that to you. It is, so when you go to that link, it'll force you to make a copy of it. And it's going to give you everything you need to know about our district show, about teams, how many pieces you can do, how to map them, how to print out your labels. It's all going to be in here. So before you email Ashley, because we only get her for 14 and a half hours a week, please look through here to see if your question can be answered by going over this guide. Your dates, remember you have 2 shows. One of them, the setup is March 2nd and 3rd, so we're getting pretty close. And the other one, the setup is March 9th and 10th. And that is because we wanted to have everyone upstairs. It's a much nicer venue upstairs than down. And that's why we divided it up that way. Also, smaller group in terms of exposure, that sort of thing. So everything you should need to know is going to be in here. If you've read through this and you still have some questions, reach out to Ashley. She did, you know, she's our art curator. She takes care of all things art show, and she'll help you out. 3D artwork shouldn't be longer or larger than the display table that you have. We do have a lot of art that's going to be in that library area. And so please keep it to just your table area. And then 2D works, they must fit on your assigned panels. So
can I ask you a question about that? The last time we was at the library, there was a teacher that had stuff stacked up, going up in the air on the table. Is that still something that can be done or not?
we prefer not. We'd like it to be more uniform and really a display of the student work and not like creating extra shelves and that sort of thing.
That's what it was. It was boxes that they had stacked up, and it was like shadow boxes. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah, if it's a student artwork that's created something that's really tall, sure. But if it is, I'm just trying to fit in as much as I can onto this table, you know, we're trying to keep it, you know, uniform across. And you know, a good place to show a lot of work is at your school with a campus show. And we also don't want this to be a super stressful event. So that's why we're limiting. Also, that's how many ribbons you get. And the artwork also, that takes us to our next spot. The art exhibit slides. These are the exact same artworks that you are showing at the library. So you can photograph them now as you're getting ready to put those on there. They can be, Ashley already has those slides ready to go. You can start inserting them, put in your student's name. This is so that if parents aren't able to go, they still get to have access to the art show. You know, Ashley makes a video out of each of those, but
Hi,
it's the
the
exact same.
The machine out there is not taking this. It looked like somebody.
Yeah, so start early so that you're not like waiting to the last minute, but those are due on the Friday, like right after setup. And all right, your glass pieces that you made back in August, we're gonna go ahead and bring those to the library with us, as well as the VSA and Dreammakers art. And we will just stick that on your table so that you can take that home with you. And so that it'll save you a trip from coming up to the art office. Lastly, if you are planning on resigning or retiring at the end of this school year, please let us know as soon as possible. Our super cute, brand new certified art teachers are already applying that are graduating this year, and we want to be able to snag them before other districts get them. So if you know for sure that you are not going to be here, please just let us know. I know that when I left the classroom, it made me feel a lot better to know that my students were going to be taken care of and they had a good art teacher in there. Due to our teacher shortage, we've had 6 schools this year that didn't have an art teacher, and it just breaks our heart for those schools. And so we don't want to be in that situation again. And you can help us with that by letting us know early what your plans are. And thank you for joining us and giving us your time. If you don't have any questions, have a wonderful evening. If you have questions, please stay on.
You said something about we need to turn something in, some kind of receipts or something. What are you said
Oh,
you said don't make
receiving?
you said don't make you have to ask again. What
Oh,
is that?
so when you got your supplies and we asked you to
Okay.
fill out the form that said, I got my stuff, or I got my stuff except
Oh,
for
that.
that one is.
It's a
what-
form. Is it in the handbook? It's a form.
It's in the handbook and it's on Artbeat. There's a link to it.
Okay, I'll get
Okay.
it done. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
I believe that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shauna.
Okay.
My supplies
Hey,
just hard to
Tiffany.
show up.
Hey, Jennifer, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good.
Did you get my email?
I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not good.
Yeah.
Also I still haven't received all my shipment. And I've already emailed the guy and he said that it was on back order. So I just want to make sure because everything's set with that.
Okay, reach out to Jody. It might be that we have to cancel those things and put in
Okay.
a new order or something like that,
Okay.
because they have a deadline as to when they can, when we can't accept it anymore.
Okay.
And if they send it to us after that deadline, then they end up like taking it out of our budget twice. And so there's all these
Okay.
school finance laws. So just let Jody know and she'll help you out with that.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
As an aside, I still hadn't gotten around to ordering those items that you said I could get. Is there a deadline on when I need to get those done? I got so much going on. I believe you gave me an
Yes.
amount.
It was by next week, because we're
Okay.
really past our deadline. So,
Okay,
Okay.
by Friday of next week?
Sure,
Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good day.
you too. Any other questions we can help you with?
Isabel has one.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
For the art show, the day that we take down the artwork, can we get the ribbons at the end when we take the artwork down? Because I will be unable to go to the reception that evening. I'll just be able to show up to take the work down. So I was hoping, could I get the ribbons then when I go take the work down?
Ribbons are going to be sent to your school. I think Ashley, was she going to send those out ahead of time? Wendy, do you remember? thought
Yeah,
they
I
had them
think
in
she's
boxes
waiting
over
for
there.
some things to get signed before I know she sent a box out.
Okay, they might already be on their way to your school, the ribbons.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because I have some medical issues occurring
Okay,
and as a side effect of COVID.
okay,
And yeah, I was out for 15 days
Mm.
horribly
I'm sorry.
ill. And so with all this other being said, I probably wouldn't be able to make it that day to stay the time. I'm just gonna be able to go take the artwork down.
Okay,
So that's why I was worried about my kids getting their ribbons. So you
Okay.
say she's gonna mail them, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
they've
they're
already
already,
been sent out.
yeah, I think they're
okay.
already sent out.
Yeah, my husband is gonna help me take it down and he probably will help me set it up because I get very winded still.
Mm.
I lose my breath very easily, so I have an appointment to see a pulmonary, well, lung doctor.
Okay,
Oh,
well, hopefully you keep getting better. That's tough.
I hope so. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I just
Sure.
had that question. Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
Love you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Tiffany,
Hello.
I need the sign-in sheet for this class now.
Okay, I will get that for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, we have a little bit of time, so I'll email it in a few
Okay.
minutes.
All right, thanks. Okay.
I just want to recap for like the art show. So we need to have this permission slip I have right here for the back
Mhm.
of the artwork. We need to label the artwork with the student's name and give it a title. Is that correct?
That is gonna be on that's those printout stickers, the Avery
I know.
labels.
Okay, the Avery labels, and that's going to be in the handbook, I'm guessing.
Yes. And in the art show guide, art exhibit guide.
Avery labels.
Do you have the labels, Maria?
No,
You didn't order any?
I think I did, but it hasn't come in yet. So my
Okay.
supplies, literally, I got some watercolor that I ordered, literally at the beginning of the year. It just came in today, literally today.
Mm.
So my supplies are slowly coming in. I emailed Tony Browning like you told me to, and he emailed back saying that they're going to just give it to me for free this time around. So I'm wondering, does that mean I have more money now or no? No.
We have deadlines as to when we can spend it. And so once those deadlines come, they don't want to spending money
Yeah.
after that.
Like he redid my order because I guess something happened and he lost it. And I ordered originally to the 11 by 14 mats, but they gave me 8 by, it was a small, like a small little mat about that big, the basic ones. And then my artwork is that size. And so he sent me the wrong ones.
Mm. So he's sending you replacement ones?
He's sending me replacement supplies, and it's not exactly the supplies I ordered.
Okay. So you might need to cut your mats this year.
Okay.
So you can
And you
come to the
said
art
you-
office and we can help you out with that. Or, but you wanna set up a time with
I
Wendy
wa-
pretty soon.
I was gonna try finding some on Amazon and see if they can send it to me in like 2 days.
All right, well, reach out to Jody. We'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Okay, because we don't keep like the pre-cut mats around.
All right. But so the Avery labels, and is there one more thing, like there's another form that the student needs to fill out, or is that it?
I believe that's all. It's just the,
Oh, this form and then the label.
Yeah,
you
have you
do
read
the
the
label.
handbook thing that Ashley sent?
The handbook?
I mean, the art show. She did a separate thing for the art show.
Probably. It's been a while since I
Okay,
looked.
we'll go over that again, and then if you have questions, I'll help you, but go through that first. Maybe some of the questions will be answered, and I can send you some labels.
Okay. That's good. That's what I'm doing this weekend, is trying to figure it all out. I don't have all the permission slips though, so we'll see how that goes.
I also linked the art exhibit guide to the agenda. And that agenda is in the shared drive as well. And I emailed it out yesterday evening.
Yeah, I saw that. That was helpful.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
I'll try to do my best. I'm
Okay.
kind of behind. Just taking it
Just do
one
your
step at a
best. The kids get really excited to see their art there and it turns out beautiful. And so,
Like, you mentioned like a campus art show. And like, is that something we have to do, or?
you don't have to do that. A lot of people just do, or they display art in their campus throughout the year.
That's what I do that regularly. Like I put it on the
Mhm.
walls. I don't
Yeah.
make a big deal out of it though. Like, but it's
Mhm.
always out.
Or they'll do it for like, maybe they have some type of event at the school where parents come and they'll do an art show that evening and just kind of tag it on with that, where they put out some extra art then.
It might be
So,
something I might think about doing next year.
okay, yeah. First year, we just kind of get it all figured out, and then you can start adding those extra events.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Have a good evening.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye.
I have a question regarding displaying the artworks.
Yes.
Do you know like the time frame or how long it would take to put those artworks together?
Well, if people come with like the Velcro on the back of them, they literally can get them up in like 20 minutes. If you're like using the push pins, it's going to take a little bit longer, but I mean, I think it's what, about 25 artwork, so it's not a ton of time.
Okay.
And you have the dimensions, so if you want to like plan it out first before you get there, you'll have the dimensions of the board, so then you can plan it out, so then you know exactly where to put things before you get there if you're worried about time.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Sure. All right, any other questions?